gonna be live. Hi, I'm Dr. Gaffer. This is you, Ming. Her father's Chinese, I swear to God, and you're in the back row. Welcome to another exciting and riveting episode that is In the Back Row Live. We made it!
Yay.
And only 6 minutes late this time.
That's actually not bad. We've had some pretty late ones in the past.
That's true. This was just a minor problem.
Yeah.
Apparently, I always forget to have one thing plugged in. Luckily, this time it's not the sound. This time it was the video. The video is kind of obvious when that's out, but when it's the sound,
you can't really tell.
Yeah, sometimes we talk for 15 minutes before someone's just like, "Oh, hey, there's no sound."
That's like, a perfect impression of people that can't hear it too.
So, we just watched. I watched part of it, but I was trying to set up for our show, but Sandproof's show, and this was kind of choppy. So I'm hoping that's not a thing that's happening on you now, and then we're also choppy to other people watching.
It kind of looks like it.
It does kind of look like it, which is why I brought it up.
Oh.
My screen's already kind of freezy, so
yeah, so is mine.
That's unfortunate and sad, but at least we'll have a nice clean recording, hopefully on YouTube or from our recording here in the studio, and we'll be able to post a actual comprehensive audible copy.
It does look good on the YouTube, except the quality is crap.
Well, like I said, we're recording it here in the studio, so we should be fine. But yeah, you now just seems to be very slow.
Yeah, I don't think it's having a good time today. Oh well.
I got now our monitor over there is freaking out. Hold on.
It doesn't know what to do.
Oh look, there's some sort of dog here.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
No wonder it's so awful. We missed last week, so... Well, actually, we didn't miss it. We decided to skip it because of the YouTube music video awards or music awards or whatever it was, and... Yeah, I wasn't very impressed. I watched probably about 25 minutes of it, but I didn't actually just sit there and watch it. I had to go do something else while I was watching it because it just didn't make any sense and it was boring as hell.
Oh, you're talking about our show?
No. God. I'm talking about the YouTube Music Awards.
Oh God.
It was awful. not our show.
You were talking about it, and that would be one person who's talking about it, I guess.
Only because I had to explain how bad it was.
Yeah, and there was only they only gave out 6 awards.
Yeah, something like that. In the span of like 4 hours.
And I don't even remember what they were. They were just kind of like those usual, like typical, like made up sort of awards.
Yes, that's exactly what they were too. It was like best music video on the top 10 charts of YouTube. And that's exactly how I heard it in my mind when I read it. So, thanks, Michael.
Once again, I apologize for anyone who's watching this on YouNow. If you want the stream to be a little smoother, I guess you can go to YouTube, and that's weird because we always say the opposite of that.
It all depends on what's going on right now.
I guess so. Maybe there's something like really awesome happening on YouNow, other than us, and so a bunch of people are watching that, and it's taking up a lot of server space. That could be a thing.
What could be more awesome than us?
I don't know, but some sort of like parade of
puppies,
cheerleaders carrying puppies.
Oh. See, as long as there's puppies involved.
As long as there's puppies.
Oh, speaking of puppies, I just watched a video of this lady who they're trying to find. Apparently, she brought a bucket of puppies to a river and threw them in the river one by one.
A bucket of puppies?
A bucket of puppies. They were puppies, like day-old puppies. Like puppies. And she threw them into the river.
But the fact that she did it one by one, I mean, if you were just trying to drown puppies, you just throw the puppies in, I would imagine.
It was freaky.
But if you get some sort of, like, weird thrill out of it, I guess you toss them in one at a time.
It was really freaky because, I mean, you could just see the insanity of this woman hiding behind her little pink parka or whatever the fuck she was wearing.
Wow.
It was awful.
It sounds awful.
I mean,
how did that come up?
it was on the Facebook stream. And we were talking about puppies.
You gotta show me that later. That sounds awful.
You want to see it?
I want to see it now.
Should we show the people?
It wasn't something like a few minutes ago I thought to myself, you know what I'd like to see? Is a woman hucking puppies into a river. But now I kind of... Well, no, I don't want to see it like right now. I mean, like later.
You don't want to show the people?
No, I don't want to No. We're not going to show puppy hucking.
Puppy chucking.
Puppy chucking or...
It's just, I don't know. It was just awful. And they were all whining and... Anyway.
I would imagine, yeah. You know, start to see, people throwing your brothers and sisters in a river. And then before you know it, you're being picked up. Yeah, I could see where you might become concerned.
Made me very sad. I don't understand.
It's kind of funny because I've told, people a few times, like, oh, if the stream is really choppy, which obviously it is, because the last show we just watched, Sandproof, was choppy. So if you're watching on now and our show is choppy and you want to actually watch it without the choppiness, you can go watch it on YouTube. It's youtube.com/feature picture show. And I think it's funny that I say that because if the stream is really as choppy as I think it is, then no one heard that really. Like, what did he say? Something about YouTube? I don't know.
Hang on, I got this.
Oh, your little space helmet on? You're gonna see what we sound like?
I don't think we're that bad,
really?
Actually. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Not that bad is good.
Not that bad is good. Hang on, let me single it out. I need one stream here. Actually, it's, yeah.
Good. Okay.
We're not freezy.
We're not freezy.
We're not freezy.
Okay.
Our video is freezy.
Yeah.
Our audio is fine.
Great.
There you go.
Now you know. The more you know.
So.
Oh, shit.
Oh, not again.
Wait, I can fix it.
Fix it.
I got it.
Yay! He wins. So.
Oh.
Do you wanna hear some news and stuff?
Sure.
All right. So I don't know. I'm gonna. Anybody here like Silence of the Lambs? Do you like Silence of the Lambs?
Yes, I do.
You want to see a blooper reel?
What? A blooper reel from Silence of the Lambs?
Yep.
That just doesn't sound appropriate or correct at all.
It is.
But yeah, I guess I do want to see it.
You do? Okay. We'll have to have some fun with this.
Okay.
Where's the little daily?
The what?
Got it.
Oh, got it.
Got it.
Oh, are you ready? Are you ready yet?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's pick out samples after I printed you.
All right, the pictures of the table passes for each other.
Right.
You ready to have it? 64 Captain taking 3 marker.
All right, let's go.
Give me his name, Doctor.
Out.
I fucked up.
We appreciate being invited into your jurisdiction. I didn't call you. That was somebody from the state attorney's office. Mm-hmm.
This one is for you, Adrian. Now you, Polly. Let's go for it. Rocky 5. Let's do it now. Guy goes on the fucking box.
Freeze! Put your hands on your hips. Hands on your hips. Fucking do the hokey pokey!
go.
Put your hands on your hips. Freeze! Put your hands on your hips.
So I found that today. I thought it was
Strike a pose, motherfucker! That was nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, so I had to show it.
Oh,
Anyway,
you know, there's a musical of Silence of the Lambs.
are you serious?
Yes.
When?
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 Tomorrow. No, it's actually been around for quite a while. Somebody wrote put the movie to music. It's called Silence, and I haven't really found like any version of it in its entirety on the internet, but there is a fantastic version of one of the songs that's done in like Lego-mation.
Lego-mation?
Lego-mation, that's what I'm going to call it. Where it's all done with Legos, and it's the scene where the girl is in the pit with the dog, and it's the lotion scene.
Oh.
So
it puts the lotion in.
and so there's a whole song for that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing you should check out on YouTube. It's Silence of the Lambs, the musical. It's called Silence, and look up for the Lego. I think the song is actually called "It Puts the Lotion on Its Skin." So that'll be something fun for you guys to do later.
I forgot, and you showed me that.
Do-do-do.
So it's kind of a sad day in Blockbuster history. Apparently,
Especially if you're a stockholder.
yeah. See you later, Gators. They're closing every single store in the U.S. By early next year. So that'll be a little bit depressing for some, not so depressing for others.
And a long time coming, because they have just been their whole transition over the last 3 years has kind of been like one of those horrible comedies where the guy is falling down a hill, and the gag is he just keeps rolling and falling, and it's just never-ending camera. That's what their business charts must look like. It's just this horrible, jagged, steep line that just keeps going and going.
Well, they just had an awful way of, their business just wasn't very well put together to begin with. I mean, you take a look at Hastings, and they still got it. They got stores open everywhere, and they're still selling their movies, and they're still selling their games. They're still a video rental store. But at the same time,
do they have Hastings everywhere? I don't know if they do.
Well, okay, I should say. They're not closing, and the reason why they're not closing is because they have had good business sense to be we're not just going to be an entertainment store. We're also going to include coffee and books.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of other stuff. They sell musical instruments, really cheap-ass, horrible musical instruments.
But they sell
T-shirts and gifts and
music.
Movie stylized gifts, kind of I guess a lot of people have Spencers and things like that. So there's that sort of stuff there too. But yeah, just kind of really expanding the business is not just being we just rent and sell videos, because
the only places that can rent and sell videos and still be a viable industry is going to be the pornography industry.
Yeah, pretty much. They pretty much thrive wherever they are.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Yeah, but really, you really just need to look to where the pornography industry is headed, and you can pretty much gather that that's where the rest of the industry is going to be going as well. So when the porn industry announces that they're no longer going to be making or releasing films on DVDs, and that's what you rent as a chain, then you should probably imagine that eventually the studios are going to stop doing that as well, and it's just going to be merely online content and Blu-rays, which people are going to buy on Amazon, and they're not actually going to get in their car and drive down to your store in hopes that you might have it.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
Yeah.
So the Blockbuster by mail service is going to be ending in December. So if you guys are signed up for that service, and that's one of the ways.
So the two of you.
They are going to continue to expand the digital offerings, which we just talked about. And they're actually allowing stores that operate as as a licensed franchise, those are going to be able to remain open and still carry the Blockbuster name.
Oh my God! So it's going to be like that one obscure Bob's Big Boy restaurant. You're just going to see it. You're like, holy shit! My mind is fucking blown. Is this a Blockbuster? And it's going to have like the same signage and stuff.
I just had a flashback from my childhood.
No, that would be really weird. Like just like a store that like closed down, like years ago. Like like you're driving through like like Anaheim one day, and all of a sudden there's like a Comp USA. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, Comp USA. That was a long time ago.
Because there's a ridiculous store that has no purpose anymore. Really? I mean, you're just gonna go to Staples and get the same shit.
It was cheaper though.
But what does Staples have? They also sell like business stuff. But I mean, Comp USA is like, oh, it's just computer stuff. It's just like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even make my own PCs anymore.
You know what's amazing to me is that like there's still like that stores like GameStop are still a thing. Because like if stores like that can survive, but video stores can't.
Actually, I can probably explain that one a little bit.
Because I wish you would, because it's kind of curious, because I mean even like like the Blockbusters, they rented and sold games as well.
Right.
But maybe they weren't as focused on. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Explain.
Here's my explanation.
Explain yourself.
The reason why the GameStops work, gaming stores, is because of the fact that your consoles, you cannot download all the games to the console. Whereas with movies, you can download it. You can watch it on your PC. You can download it and watch it on your Xbox or on your PlayStation, or you can burn it to a disc, and there you go. You got this disc you can take anywhere to anybody's computer or anybody's video and watch it.
It's made the stores necessary.
Yes, it has. Yeah, yeah. Gaming stores are necessary because of the fact that you need to have that disc in order to play the game. There are some games that you can actually download and play, but why? I mean, if you want to try the game out too, right?
Right.
I mean, you don't want to go out and buy a $60 game and then realize it's crap and then try to sell it back, right?
I suppose not.
So you go to rent those games at like a rental store or like a GameFly, that they also rent out games. You rent them just to make sure that the game is fun to play, and then you go and buy it, right?
If you want to.
If you want to. So the video stores are still able to make money off of the video game rentals because of that. And then you have the GameStop that's there that you want to buy it at because it's cheaper than going online to purchase the disc. Or it's cheaper than going to I don't think many people actually go to the producer. But anyway.
So I guess if you're in any one of those businesses, the key is to, basically follow suit and just keep adding other things.
Oh, sure,
So GameStop, start looking into, having books or perhaps Pokemon cards or something else.
Vehicles.
Or vehicles. You become
Your
a
license.
Ford dealership on the side. What the fuck, vehicles?
I don't know. It's just the first thing that popped in my mind.
Wow.
So, there you go. Opinions. What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're about to take over stuff?
No, I wasn't about to at all.
Well, I'm going to.
Fuck you.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Exactly. Okay, so notice that reaction. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Because there's a bit of Twilight news that is actually kind of entertaining. Well, it's not really news, I guess. It's more like a special feature that was on the DVDs of
this
Twilight.
Has anything to do with that, I'm glad I don't watch that show.
Yeah. The saga almost used an animatronic doll to play the part of Renesmee, which is the half vampire, half human spawn of Bella and Edward the vampire from the Twilight series. And I love this. And it was so terrifying that the doll was axed. They decided not to use it.
I could see that. Well, not right now, but a second ago I could.
The director says, his name is Bill Condon, he said, "The doll was a giant misfire on all fronts. Truly, it was one of the most grotesque things I've ever seen. It was a horror show. There was one shot where I call cut, and suddenly she turns her head mechanically and stares right into the camera. It was incredibly disturbing."
I can imagine.
You're trying to create something that's otherworldly with Renesmee in the movie that has to be preternaturally intelligent, yet still look like a baby, but actually look a bit more mature than one would be at 1 day old. And here it is. So they were going to use that in the Twilight movies. as the child Renesmee,
Oh God.
and they decided not to. The character was actually eventually played by a CGI, well, by a baby that was CGI enhanced to
Okay.
look like a.
To not look like that.
And
Oh my God. That's not better.
child. No, that's
Okay, this
still
is
the
the same
same.
one? Oh,
It's still the doll.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
And this doll actually inspired the nickname Chuck Esme, which is inspired by Chucky from Child's Play, as you could probably
Yeah.
understand. So that
Wow.
pretty freaky, right?
Yeah.
Are you scared
A
now?
little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna try to wash that out of my head now if I can.
So that's
Holy
what I had
shit.
for movie stuff.
Excellent. Oh, whoa, easy there, killer.
Oh, I've been doing that all day.
God, are you gonna die?
I think so.
Nope, not gonna die.
I don't feel death.
No.
Thanks for becoming a fan, Andrew.
Andrew R.
Andrew R. Do you have movie news?
No, not really.
Okay, then I will just move on to the gaming segment.
I don't actually. I have like entertainment news. I don't have movie news necessarily.
Oh, well, that's kind of what I meant.
Oh. Well, no, there are some gaming news.
Okay. So, Microsoft...
Or yelp like a seal, whatever you feel like doing, I guess.
Microsoft...
You got half the time on the show. Use it any way you like.
Half.
I guess. Well, you're one of the other... You're half the people. I imagine you have half the time.
Yeah, I guess that's about right. So, Microsoft showed Watch Dogs, the new game, on Xbox One on their channel on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Sorta.
See, that's why I couldn't go into another story because I didn't have a beer.
I see.
So I'm like, yeah, you keep talking because I gotta go with my beverage shortage. Did you want anything while I'm out?
No, thank you, dear.
Okay.
I'm going to sit here and talk about game stuff.
Don't move! Put your hands on your hips! Turn yourself around!
Do the hokey pokey? Thanks, Andrew. We kind of have a little bit of fun sometimes. On Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific right now. So Microsoft actually showed Watch Dogs on their Xbox One channel on YouTube, sorta. Actually, they said that it was theirs. However, it was apparently gameplay footage from the PlayStation 4 version of the game, and they fixed it by blacking out the buttons that showed the circle, square, and buttons. But at one point, you could still see them. And so the video has since then been fully taken down, but I'm going to show you an image of where you actually see the buttons. And it's pretty funny. So you see there that this is obviously not Xbox's buttons. These are obviously PlayStation's buttons. But down here you see the Xbox logo. So, whoops. Xbox, bad. So they didn't actually end up playing the game to review the game. They used PlayStation 4's review of the game.
Oh. Sad times.
Sad time. It's just so depressing.
I wasn't.
I wasn't. So that was kind of funny. The PlayStation Vita. If you guys have one of those, which I don't know who would, but apparently
The same two people who still go to Blockbuster.
So apparently you guys may have downloaded a bug. I mean a feature. I mean a patch.
A featurey bug patch.
But it actually locked you out of the PlayStation Network social features, like a friends list, messaging, etc., etc. There's no fix yet, but there is a workaround. Apparently it occurred during an update to the PlayStation Network Terms of Service as they gear up for the PlayStation 4 release. For the Vita, though, people are actually getting a log-on loop. So it tells you to log into the device, and then you have to log into the PlayStation Network, and you can't. It just keeps going through and looping, and you can never log in. And apparently it's because you're supposed to click the I agree on the Terms of Service, but the Terms of Service never shows up. It just kind of goes right through it. So,
And people wonder why we always click the, like, not now, later, not now, later, not now, later.
Hi, Sam.
You want to update? Nope, not now, later. Not now, later. No, I don't want to update now because I'm afraid that I'm going to click, yeah, sure, I'll update, and then my shit is going to be all frozen and fucked up because you didn't think this through totally before your update.
Welcome to games.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah. So if you're one of the affected, did you just yawn?
No.
If you're one of the affected,
No, I just said
do,
horrible really weird. It was kind of like, I was almost like, I was like speaking a word and then also at the same time like inhaling a burp. So, so it probably seemed like it was a yawn, but really it was some cool kind of like upper body special effect to where I prevented just like a giant belch.
An
and I just
upper body
yeah, it was kind
special
of like,
effect.
yeah. My mouth just became a black hole for gas. It just like, instead of it coming, it like started to come out and then it just went and then sucked it right back in. It's kind of like that.
That's awful.
That's the best way I can describe what happened.
Okay, well, it's a great explanation. the black hole.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
For gas.
Well, it's great. Sam didn't come back until now because we actually, the part that I wanted him to hear, we haven't gotten to yet. So.
Yay!
So hey, you missed a half hour of stuff that probably wouldn't have interested you.
Hey, he likes stuff that I talk about sometimes. Maybe.
That's true.
Perhaps. But if you're one of the affected, here's what you can actually do. Again, going back to the
If you're one of the infected.
Not the black hole mouth gas thing, but the PlayStation Vita and your login loop. If you're one of the affected, you can actually you can go to your computer, your PC, Mac, tablet, smartphone, etc., etc. Go to Sony Entertainment Network website, which is www.sonyentertainmentnetwork.com. Click on sign in, type in your login, your email, basically log into the site. Agree to the term of service, and then you can get back into your Vita and you will play on the network.
Is what you're supposed to be able to do anyway without the inconvenience, but
oops.
And if you didn't get that address, well, you're just going to have to watch the replay.
On YouTube.
And make sure you have a pen and pencil ready. Or you could just tell it to them again. There, Coffee McCoster.
Why would I do that?
Because it would be helpful. You're a report, damn it. Give them the web address again.
On www.sonyentertainmentnetwork.com. Ding. Anyway, so as everyone gears up for the next generation consoles, Gamefly, which we actually just talked about not too long ago, has decided to give new users a 1-month free trial. Yay! So go and sign up for a free trial of your Gamefly now. I used it for a while. It's pretty awesome. I was talking about the whole renting games. Yeah, there you go. Also, people who purchased a PlayStation 4 will get a few extra freebies, which include... Wow. That's kind of fascinating.
What?
We're buffering.
Are we? It's funny because I just asked, so are we choppy also? Like, apparently we are.
Apparently, you now has frozen.
That's unfortunate.
Or maybe that's just me.
It's just you.
It's just me. Good. Excellent. All right, what was I saying? Oh, yeah.
Something about a beagle.
Oh, I love beagles. They're so cute. People who purchase PlayStation 4 will get a few extra freebies from PlayStation, or actually from Sony. They include a special promotional voucher that can be redeemed for a 30-day free PlayStation Plus membership trial, and that's only for new subscribers. Sorry for everybody who already subscribed. A 30-day free music.
Release the hounds!
30-day music, entertainment, unlimited service trial, and a $10 Sony Entertainment Network wallet credit for the PlayStation Store. Oh, thanks, Mac and I'm glad it's smooth. Mine apparently decided to be mean to me. Oh well. So, if you want a PlayStation 4, you get all those freebies. And both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 people will also get another freebie. A mandatory update before they can do anything. How's that for freebies? For the Xbox One, even disc-based games won't work until the patch is installed. And for PlayStation 4 people, your games will work, your discs will work, but there's other social aspects of the platform that you won't be able to actually use until you download the update. And they say it's about 300 megabytes, so that's going to be pretty big. So be prepared for that when you first launch up the old game system. It's going to take a while for you to actually do anything with it. It's kind of a downer, but and apparently for Xbox One, the disc-based games won't work until the patch is installed because they shipped with an old operating system, so they have to update to the new operating system, which
fucking hell.
It makes sense for Microsoft, doesn't it?
I guess.
'Cause, I mean-
seeing as how they like to make you update shit constantly.
Well, yeah. I mean, just think, because, like Windows 7 comes out, and then all of a sudden you have to do these huge patches for Windows 7 for the bug fixes and all that good stuff. So, it's fair. The Xbox One is also going to require some cloud updates on a regular basis, which actually could lead to the service rebooting without warning in the middle of your games.
Because who doesn't like that? Wow.
Nisa, thanks for becoming a fan. So while work has been done to try and prevent the Xbox Live compute servers, is what they call them, from rebooting in the middle of the game, they haven't been able to eliminate that issue entirely. And cloud-based gaming, I guess that does make sense because
they're shipping out little tiny ball peen hammers so that you can smack the top, which won't help, but will make you feel better.
I'll use them to smack other things.
Smack my bitch up.
That's not what I was going to say, but all right, I'll take that.
I bet you would.
So, World of Warcraft, if anybody out there still plays that, there's still a lot of them that do. I know, wow. Hi, Emma. They saw actually a decline in memberships again. So about 100,000 people have dropped their memberships as of September 30th.
They definitely hit their high mark.
They did in 2010. Yeah, 2010 they had 12 million players, and now they are down to 7.6 million. So...
Still, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially considering the game's been out for so long. 6 years, I think it is. No, it's been longer than 6 years. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, so it's been a while. And the CEO, Mike Morhaime, he said that World of Warcraft...
You're not far off, I don't
Really?
think.
It was about 7 years.
7 years.
World of Warcraft, actually, the CEO guy, Mike Morhaime, which I just said, and I had to repeat it again because it wasn't...
Like you do.
Yeah, like I do. They said that they had a long future ahead of itself, and they will never bring that game to a free-to-play platform like a lot of other games have gone. And he said that changing it into a freestyle, free-to-play game is not very trivial considering the types of things we'd have to change. So, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, they want to keep bringing out these awesome patches and keep bringing on people and subscribers and stuff like that. So, they need to pay for it somehow, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. Whatever. But the movie's still going to be released.
Great.
It's going to be an origin story about the first contact between the orcs and the humans. And it starts filming early next year and will open December 2015. And in other news, games are good for your brain.
The hell they are.
The hell they are?
Mine, personally, like...
They're good for everybody's brain.
I was going to say, there's a lot of games out there. My brain must be in great shape.
Have you played a lot of them?
No.
There you go.
That's why you're an idiot.
They say that video...
Thanks.
You're welcome. They say that video games are beneficial for your brain.
Oh, I saved him.
You are proving your point very well right now.
I've got... Hang on, little buddy.
Wait, it's like a video game.
Give me your other hand. Drop the diamonds and give me your other hand. I saved him. There. He's back. Sorry about that.
I feared for his life for a minute there. I'm curious to watch the movie, the Warcraft movie. Yeah, I'm curious about it too. Any idea how it's going to be? I'm sure that it'll get a lot of fans to watch it. There's going to be a lot of people that have never played the game and just will look at the movie like, I don't need to see that. But
well, hopefully not. I mean, the whole point, like, when you construct a film is so that you can, entertain people who aren't necessarily fans of,
right.
That particular.
But in the same token, are they going to do that? You don't know.
That's always the risk.
Yeah, it's always a risk. But I don't know. I might watch it just because I'm curious. So, and because I like games, and because we do an entertainment news broadcast.
And then you can talk about that.
And because I don't go and see films very often, so 2014 or 2015 is probably going to be the next one that I
just mark that on your calendar now.
December.
Start putting money away.
But I digress. Back to the video games being good for your brain.
Yes.
They're good for your brain's spatial orientation, memory formation, strategic planning, as well as your fine motor skills.
Holy shit! I better be playing me some video games because clearly that's my problem.
If you've heard of Lumosity, Lumosity.com.
I can't get any of those things from like video editing. Was that? It's not even this close to the same, probably. No. Because
well, at least you're not sitting.
Frames
in front
of footage
television.
don't come up, jump out and try to kill you, and then you have to like quickly cut them away.
Editing stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're using your brain for other things other than just sitting there and staring at a television set and drooling. So.
And drooling. Okay, we made it a rule on the show that we don't talk about my drooling. So.
Oops, sorry.
I don't know why you felt that you could just bring that up.
My bad. Sandproof loves Lumosity. Good on ya. It's a great website. You could do some of the brain games is what they call them. You can do 3 of them free, I believe, or you can do a subscription and do up to 5 of the games a day, and it actually tracks how well you improve with the different tasks as you are playing these games and going through them. So it's kind of neat. I mean, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete a course for a day, and that's what I do on my lunch breaks.
Really?
Yes, because they're fun.
As long as it's only on your lunch break.
All right. Is it my lunch break yet?
No.
Crap. All right. And actually, Berlin scientists have also talked about this issue. They tasked adult subjects to play Super Mario 64 over a period of 2 months for 30 minutes a day. And an MRI actually showed brain volume quantified in players who didn't typically play games, while people who play games showed an increase of great. What are you doing?
I'm just moving pieces of the set around. Don't mind.
My periphery is.
Your periphery.
See, this is another thing that video games affects is you actually can.
You can actually see things that are to your left and right, whereas people who do not play video games only see things that are directly in front of them.
Tunnel vision. Chelsea says, "I'm under your bed." Maybe that's why he was barking.
Oh, yeah, that must have been why the dog freaked out. We're sitting here and like the monitor starts to go fuzzy and then get clear again and then go fuzzy and then get clear again. And we look up over the desk and he's sitting there with his paw on the cord for the monitor and he's pulling it back and almost like he's deliberately just I'm fucking with you. And so
he is kind of smart.
Yeah, he is. He's a very smart dog. If you'd like to see him eat a chili dog, go to youtube.com/Dr. Gaffer and you can see a giant chocolate lab eat a chili dog.
It's great.
It's adorable.
It's great.
Maybe we'll just show it to you later just for fun.
Okay. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, it shows increases of gray matter in which the cell bodies of nerve cells are situated.
We're animating it before your very eyes.
And additionally, the more that someone actually wanted to play a game, the more positive effects they actually had on somebody. Yeah, so pretty fascinating. And there's a senior scientist in the study. His name is Simon Kuhn. And he said that video games can be used therapeutically for patients suffering from things such as schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, and Alzheimer's disease.
No fucking shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no shit.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Pretty fun, right? Hi, Era. She says, "I'm new here. Who are you guys?"
I'm Dr. Gaffer, and this is Yu Ming. Her father's Chinese.
And we are in the back row with entertainment and gaming news.
This is the gaming news portion.
Yes. So, kids, go home and play video games. They don't rot your brain. They actually make it better.
Apparently that's true.
I'm glad my mother never stopped me. She doesn't like video games. She doesn't play video games, but she never stopped us.
Does she
from playing
think that they're made by the devil?
No.
No? Okay. That's good.
them. No. My dad loved video games. That's why I'm into them.
Have you played Ghost?
Oh, no, I have not. Ghost. I'm actually curious. What is that?
I don't know.
I'm a Ghost. Video game. Not
You-
the movie.
You've totally gone over your times.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Well, I'm done.
I guess that's fortunate.
For you. Oh, you're speaking of Call of Duty. Oh, no. No, I'm not much one for the first person shooters. I like RPGs and MMOs and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll play a shooter, but I have to be in a really specific mood to play a shooter. Like if I'm thinking of shooting somebody else, I'll do that. But it doesn't happen very often. So no, I haven't. Have you? Do you like it? There's a lot of people that like the Call of Duty series and all those shoot 'em uppers.
Shoot 'em uppers.
Yeah. I'm not talking about drugs, sorry.
So that's all the news you got, huh?
That's all I got. What are you talking about? Baylor. I am talking about Call of Duty Ghosts. And Ira, I don't know how to say it, actually hates the game. So.
Hates it.
I'm sorry. Do you usually like the Call of Duty series? Is this just a particular one that you don't like? Or is it pretty much a standard that you don't like those types of games? It's kind of like me, where I'll play them if I have to.
If you have to.
If I have to.
So, my turn.
I ask a lot of questions.
I want to talk about YouTube newsy type stuff. We talked about the YouTube Music Awards. We actually canceled our Sunday show last Sunday because the awards were a thing, and also YouNow was going through some updates, and I'm just like, well, this is just wrought with peril. I'm not even going to attempt to try to do a live show. And plus, I figured like we needed a break because usually we take the summer off, and we actually haven't done that. We didn't do this last year, so we've been just steaming straight through without any sort of break. So that's the only reason we didn't have a show last week. We could have had one, but we didn't, just because we wanted the time off, and there was all sorts of other things to watch and stuff. But yeah, the YouTube Music Awards were just. I didn't watch really any of it myself. You watched some of it.
Yeah, I tried to watch some of them.
But yeah, it was very similar to, or it sounded like it went off very similar to the whole YouTube Comedy Week, where it was just, didn't seem like there was any real structure to it. It was very poorly planned out, and the people that weren't from the YouTube community kind of like, what the fuck is this? And didn't really care about it. And then, of course, then all the awards go to people who have nothing to do with the YouTube community necessarily.
Right.
Of course, they have like Eminem, won an award and performed there and all that stuff. I think he won an award. I'm pretty sure he probably did. It was probably one of the things that, made him agree to do it in the first place. We're just like, and we'll present you with an award. We made 6 deals like that. We had 6 awards. I don't know. But,
yeah.
But then you had, they just had the EMAs.
Oh, Entertainment
No, yeah, see.
Music Awards?
There was the MTV EMAs.
Wait, what does that stand for?
That's my fucking point exactly. What the hell does that even stand for? You don't know. Nobody knows. If you look online, just go type it into your Google or your search engine there, and just try to figure out what exactly that's all about. It's funny, you don't know. It's just like it's just one of those, entertaining. Are you gonna do it? It's just one of those, award shows that are just fluff. There's no real substance.
Oh yeah.
It's MTV European
Oh.
Music Awards.
See, I would have never gotten that, ever.
But here's the fucked up part about it, is just like the YouTube Music Awards. Okay, nobody in the YouTube Music Awards who actually won was a YouTuber, except for Lindsay Sterling, I think.
But yeah.
And
What
you know,
he
even
said.
though other people, you know, had, you know, been YouTubers previously, you know, at one point in their career, but I mean, at this point, you know, what young artist has not been. But none of those awards went to any actual YouTubers, except for, like I said, Lindsay Sterling. And then the same thing in the European Music Awards. Like, nobody who won any of the awards was actually fucking European, so what's the point?
Yeah, no kidding.
It was just another award ceremony, except it was in Europe. You know, and it was in fucking Amsterdam, and of course, every young music celebrity was there. So I'm expecting some awesome photos. I'm talking to you, National Enquirer. I'm looking at you, TMZ.
TMZ, yeah,
I
don't-
hope you have your people out on the streets in mass, because I need to see the pictures of what the fuck is going on over there. Because I mean, you've got your Biebs, you've got your
God.
your Miley Cyrus, you've got like all of this, you know,
Talent?
sure. Well, let's call it that. You've got all of this concentrated in one proximity, so it's got to be very exciting.
It will be. Andrew says, "What are your names?" This is Doc the Gaffer.
I'm Dr. Gaffer.
And I am Yu Ming. Nice to meet you.
So yeah,
Sorry, I was typing away in the chat room there. They're still asking game stuff, and I don't
Gotcha.
want to cut you off.
I appreciate your concern for my well-being. So basically, the people who won the VMAs, there's a list here somewhere.
Oh, there's a list of all 6 people?
I hate having read small print, but the thing
I can read that from here.
The thing that I'm sure you can, because you've got like, you know,
Glasses?
bionic wonder vision.
No, it's called glasses.
Sure it is. But the same people, strangely enough, who won the majority of the awards at the European Music Awards, as well as the YouTube Music Awards, strangely enough, last week, according to a Tube Filter, happened to also be within the top 10 viewed YouTube channels as well. So,
Oh, really?
Yes.
Imagine that.
of course, you know, no one can beat PewDiePie, who's at number 2.
Holy crap.
And with something like, what's he got?
Who's
Views is 42 million views this week. What a fucker.
Who's Muap?
I have no
Muap?
idea. But One Direction is number
Oh,
3 with
Lord.
38 million views. You got your Katy Perry, you got your Eminem, you got your Miley Cyrus, and then your Rihanna in at number 10. And that rounds out the top 10 as far as musical artists goes. Number 11 is Justin Bieber, so he's fighting his way through there. But yeah, the top 10 is like, you got Smosh at number 16. But it's amazing to me like how many like YouTubers that I know are not in the top 10. It's basically just like Vimo channels of top celebrity artists and whatnot. Like,
It's just Vivo, right?
well,
she said?
it's
Oh,
their,
no,
it's
no,
their, it's
no,
their,
no, no.
it's their,
Oh,
well,
never
it's their
mind, I'm
Vivo
sorry.
channels.
Yeah, I
Like Miley
gotcha.
Cyrus's Vivo channel, Eminem's Vivo channel. Because Vivo, they actually
Eminem's gone up.
They have their exclusive, content that they put on Vivo before it's ever on YouTube. It's just like, it's really weird. It's like, oh, we're Vivo, but then we're gonna have a channel on YouTube that's Vivo for this artist instead of that artist just having a channel on your service. Very, whatever.
The internet is such a strange world.
It is.
It's a huge popularity contest.
It's a wild and woolly place.
And also a huge popularity contest.
Okay, well, I gotta get to the story before I die.
Oh, okay. Don't die.
I hope not to.
Please
I'm
don't.
just gonna close this down. Even
I
though
wouldn't
it's
know how to close out
totally
the show if you died.
unnecessary for me to do that. Oh no, I've forgotten the name of this person.
It's like Funny or Die has a YouTube channel.
So, I came across this thing the other day, and the reason I came across it is because I was watching a particular YouTuber, and they have started using this service. It's called Patreon, for those of you who haven't heard of it yet. Patreon is a service where you can be a patron of somebody who produces video content online, whether it's music or gameplay or whatever it happens to be, and you can fund them. You can either, give them a certain amount of money per piece of content, or you can give them money on a monthly basis. And
What's it called again?
it's called Patreon.
Patreon.
And here's a little, here's their video basically explaining what it is, and it's kind of like done a la Draw My Life sort of style.
Lord.
So, but
People catching on to that.
this can explain what it is much better than I can, because
Okay.
well, it was made by the people who do it. So
And also, do you have a link?
I'm sure one will be provided for them.
Excellent.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Hooray!
Patreon lets fans become patrons of their favorite artists and content creators. It's different than Kickstarter because it's not about one big project that requires lots of funding. It's more for bloggers or YouTubers or webcomics, anyone who creates on a regular basis. Here's how it works. When you become a patron, you're agreeing to give an artist a tip of an amount you set every time they release a piece of content, whether it's a new song, a video, or a recipe. You can set a monthly maximum to make sure that you're always within your budget. Choose an amount, enter your payment information, and you're done. Becoming a patron allows you to view and post in the artist's stream, and in exchange for your support, artists offer additional patron packages, which might include monthly Google Hangouts, music production tutorials, pre-sale concert tickets, or anything they can offer as a way to say thanks. Patreon, empowering a new generation of content creators.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Huh.
So there's that.
I don't know what. I gotta look at this website now. Be a patron of the arts. Support and engage with the creators you love.
Indeed. So that's the website, and like I said, I found out about it because of the amazing atheist. He's got I don't remember how many subscribers he had, but he's been one of the old time YouTubers. He's been around for. He's not old. I don't mean to suggest that he's old. I'm just saying that he's been around on YouTube for a while, and YouTube itself is not that old. So, but his channel has grown steadily throughout the years. But now he's kind of in the thought warp. The YouTube payment is kind of like very fluctuating, and he's a very edgy sort of vlogger, so I can imagine he's probably experiencing similar to what I experienced with the whole goofy porn video. We chopped, we take our shows and we chop them up into segments, and one of the segments was the Miss Teen Delaware porno that we edited down for YouTube by covering private parts with the state of Delaware in the back row logo.
It was very creative.
And so, for whatever reason, that video, recently, last month, took off and got 40,000 views in a matter of a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But then the revenue for it, even though the views were still going up, the revenue for it dropped off because all the advertisers were like, "Oh fuck no," because they realized where their advertising is being placed. And I imagine similar things happen to the amazing atheist, like I said, because he is a very edgy vlogger, and folks being uptight and whatnot as they are. So his income fluctuates quite a bit, and to try to sort of stabilize it and just be able to concentrate on doing more quality videos where he's actually interacting with people who are truly his fans. He's started using this, and the idea behind it is at some point he'll be able to just completely do away with having advertisements on his videos at all, and just relying solely on the revenue provided by the people who are actually avid fans of his.
Right.
So anyway, I think it's a pretty good idea. And last time I actually, I could probably refresh this page, and the number will go up, I will imagine. But this is his Patreon page, and you can donate like I said, $1 for a month. He's got 145 patrons with an income of $1,271 a month, which is pretty good, but you have to understand this is what he does for a living. He has, his own channel and his vlogging channel, and it's just it's something that happens to to people on YouTube. It's not like, oh well, I want money from you guys to to continue doing this, and people don't look at creating content necessarily like as a job, but when you've got a few 100,000 people subscribing to you, and you're getting 50,000 or 100,000 views on your videos, you're legitimately providing entertainment for people, and it's your job, and you should be getting paid for your job, and this is just another avenue to where he can do it. And you know what? I say more power to him, because anything he can do to prevent me from having to watch another Thunderman's Nickelodeon fucking spot before a YouTube video, I'm all for. So I hope that this becomes more of a thing. So yeah, do you know under one profile?
Let me read that out loud.
I don't know.
For our YouTube people, do you know if it lets you do separate campaigns for different projects under one profile? We don't know. I don't know that yet. But this is one of the things that I actually was, hoping that that Sandproof would be around for is this particular subject, because it's everyone's trying to figure out ways to earn revenue by the content that they produce. I mean, I've been doing my live show for like the last 5 years. I think Sandproof was doing his for I think he was on the Stickcam train a year before me, so he's probably got a year on me on that, and definitely on the YouTubes. But that's really the thing. I mean, everyone has their own little pocket of fans. Is it better just to try to seek revenue from them, or just try to gain it through the Google AdSense environment? Yeah.
I don't think I'm that popular as a vlogger, or this show is as popular as it could be to be able to actually extrapolate revenue from viewers. At some point, maybe we will be as our audience grows, but I definitely think it's an interesting way to go, and to not have to rely necessarily on the whole AdSense YouTube program for your online content. But I wish him well, and I'm hoping that he gets a few more. The Amazing Atheist gets a few more patrons there. I'd like to see him get at least 4,000
something
per month. I mean,
that's
depending on where he lives, I don't know what his economic
if that's your
climate
actual
is.
job, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what his economic climate is where he lives.
Well,
I mean, if he lives in Ohio or something like that, I don't know what the
Ohio, yeah,
I don't know what the cost of living there is. So if it was in my area, in northern Idaho, and I was getting $3,000 a month, I think I would be pretty good. In pretty good shape with that.
Right. Agreed.
Right. The only other bit of YouTube news I have, and I just kind of really love this, is Harley from Epic Mealtime apparently is going to be in Kevin Smith's next film.
Oh, really?
And they're just like really two large, bearded guys that are going to be in a film. I don't know if they're actually going to be like in the film together. I'm hoping they will have scenes together, because I want to see that, especially if he's playing some sort of chef or something like that. But anyway,
Lise S asks, "Do you like Pierce the Veil? Answer the goddamn question."
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Sure. Anyway.
And Brady is up next, so you guys get to enjoy his fantastic music. So
and his awesomeness. So enjoy that. Yep. And as always, I'm Doc the Gaffer. This is Yu Ming. Her father's Chinese, I swear to God. And you've been in the back row. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's 7 now. I can't tell time anymore. I'm sorry.
Have a great day, people.
Hearts.